the following day, I had several of those students in my next class, and they were just telling all their peers about it. And everybody's like, "Oh, I wish I'd have gone." And
Lying son of a bitch.
Lying son of a bitch. Jobin pulled over the shade. There it is. Throw in more lies.
Can't spell family without lies.
From fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, this is Pod Therapy. Real people, real problems, and real therapists.
from
You
a
can
movie.
submit your questions anonymously at podtherapy.net or email us at podtherapyguys@gmail.com. And now broadcasting from Technical Scoop-Port won $5 from Whitney Studios.
Yes!
That's Jim, that's Whitney. I'm Nick. It's time for some Pod Therapy.
That's
forgot
what
we're
I'm
selling
talking about,
titles of the
Mike.
show
That
now.
is what I'm fucking talking about. Thank you.
So, Technical Scoop-Port?
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I forgot we're doing this. And
We're
I created
doing
it. It's on there.
We're
It's on
doing
Patreon.
it. It's proof.
I'm regretting it.
I'm not.
honest
This is
with you.
awesome.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nick's like, I've seen the future
Well,
names.
I have.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what these are
I
going to be.
have. I've seen them come in. And the question, I guess, is when multiple people submit with the same joke.
Oh, no. Oh, okay.
Oh, I think you just credit all of them.
Yeah.
Well, but I
they each
could.
get their time, though.
Or do you just do multiple weeks of the same thing?
I think you could do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think no. I think the spirit of this is that you have to honor the joke as it was written, because that's how you create a bit. Then all of a sudden, somebody's like,
5 people
all
wrote
right,
in.
guys, 30 of us are going in on this, and we're running the table for 30 fucking weeks. This is buying up the other
that
seats in
is
blackjack.
true.
Level that you guys put this
Okay.
$20?
$20 bucks.
Bucks. That's
You think,
Yeah.
jack it up? Yeah,
Okay.
we're getting the thumbs up
But
sign.
see, here's
raise the rate.
I know you think that. And the only way you think that is because you haven't seen the shit that's coming.
it's all against Jim. It's all against Jim.
When you hear them,
There's going to be like one
you're
was
gonna
enough.
trust me. You're gonna fucking hate it.
We have,
no.
Y'all, we have no idea what the names are. Only Nick knows. We've not seen
And I want to
anything.
keep it like this. I
I do
don't
too.
want to know any of
I
them.
don't
I don't
either.
want Jim or Whitney to know
no.
any of
No.
them. No. I
Nick
want
has
Jim,
the
I want
burden
Nick
of
to be the only
knowledge.
person who
Okay.
knows all of it.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I
This
think
is
they get their own
terrifying.
episode
Here we go.
too.
Oh,
I think you can do whatever you
'Cause
want.
we didn't
I think
say.
if you want to group some together and say like the following people
Work as a team.
wrote this one, I think you can do that. I think it's more fun to just do all of them.
Also, people
Yeah.
can also just submit a title of the studio anonymously. I mean, they could buy it and then not cite themselves.
They're all anonymous.
Oh, okay.
As it turns out.
Yeah, because I didn't. the
I
Google
know
form is
I know
anonymous.
who's submitting them because I can go back and see. I can check and see what happened on the Patreon.
Oh,
like,
okay.
oh, $20 just came in from
Yeah.
so and so.
Got it.
I know what. Yeah.
Okay.
But
This
if we
is
get a flood of
exciting.
like 10 of them, then I'm not going to know who did what.
Yeah, the fear I'm seeing in your face right now
This is gonna be
very
so great.
persuasive. The
I'm
only reason
excited.
your idea. You told me
It
to do it
was.
last
Keep 'em coming,
week.
everyone.
You're like,
Keep 'em
throw it
coming.
up on
Keep 'em
Patreon,
coming.
Jim,
Yes.
and I did
Yeah,
it.
it was.
And,
Keep them coming. This is going to be
Yeah.
There's
great.
a lot of regret in your eyes right now.
Yeah.
Do we need
the
to
only
pull
reason
this
I think you ought
down?
to up the price
I don't know.
is because you only get one a week.
You get one ever.
No, I mean like you, us,
Yeah.
us, you.
Okay.
We can only name one a week.
Right.
Like, there's only one studio each week.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I'm a little
But you do what
scared
you
now.
want.
Seeing the fear in Nick's eyes is really messing with me. 'Cause I'm
Seeing the
like,
fear in Nick's
this
eyes
could-
is making me
this
erect.
bomb could land in anybody's lap. Like, I don't know that I want this
Yeah.
smoke.
I'm fine
kind of
with
scared
this.
now.
This is
Fuck.
great.
Bring the
All right.
thunder.
All right.
Patreon.com/therapy. You can name the studio until we change our minds, which may be very soon. You should get that purchase in now because we will be honor bound to continue it.
I'm going to tell you right now,
maybe chicken out.
Whitney and I are going to keep on fighting for this to stay
Yes.
here.
Yes.
We might
Team
get
couch.
overruled on this.
Nope. Team
I'm
couch.
just looking at Nick and Jim.
Yeah.
Whitney and I
I'm
might get
scared.
overruled on
Nick
this.
We're
doesn't scare
excited.
easy.
They are
I'm
not.
the anxious bunny in this bunch, and to see the fear in Nick's eyes, like, oh shit, he's scared to read these words. This is not going to be good.
I love it.
Okay. Well, patreon.com/therapy. Also, as you are hearing this week I've released the 7th part in my AI series. This one's about the rise and fall of the first AI therapist.
So I may have to listen to this.
Ooh,
Okay,
I think I heard
yeah.
about the.
Check it out.
No, not
It's only
not-
7 hours.
Not
Yeah.
this specific
I mean, in total.
episode. But it feels like just within the last 2 weeks, AI has gone fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
The
What do you
shit that is being sent to me, and that's not, so you sent me one,
Yeah.
and I looked at it, and ever since I looked at it, now
Yeah.
I'm just getting overrun with AI videos of
it's an
Stephen
algorithm.
Hawking's fighting
the videos.
somebody in the WWE.
Stephen Hawking at the X Games.
Yeah,
like doing
and
the
then-
half pipe. Yeah.
Yeah, and a whole bunch of Bob Ross shit.
Yeah, Bob Ross.
There's Bob
yeah.
Ross.
I sent
again.
one to Jacob on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, that was good. Describe that one.
I was left out of all these texts.
Describe that one to everyone.
No. But like it's gotten so real
It has. It has gotten
quickly.
so like this next episode that I've already recorded. It's going to air on Monday. So people, when they're hearing this, it's already aired this week. You can go to patreon.com/therapy, pick it up. If you're in the $5 and higher tiers, you get it every week whenever we release stuff. So we're going into this new reality of how real this is now, and like the delusional things that this is causing in well-meaning normal humans. And it is fascinating. Like for me, I went through my first AI emotional experience this past week. I sent all of you a song that I had found. It was Gangster's Paradise, rewritten into a blues song and performed entirely by AI.
Soul, but go on.
Yeah, soul. Okay, and I listened
all
to
the
this
same.
K-pop.
and dude, I was like shaken when I listened to this.
I didn't know
because
it
it
was
was
that
so
impactful for
real.
you.
It was just for whatever reason it was like the singer's voice sounds like this middle-aged African American man. It's got so much pain in it, and it's the lyrics of Gangster's Paradise, and it's
But
all
this is-
redone.
But I don't understand why you're confused about this. This is always your response to Coolio music.
Yeah. Which historically, you're correct. Yeah,
So
you're not
moved.
wrong.
I've never seen you
Yeah.
not weep
Yeah.
during a Coolio song.
Yeah. Which is why I got the tattoo, you
Right.
know, and so, but I think that's why
Full
this
chest.
just Chuck, you know, like it really shook me up.
With his dreads
and
wrapped
I've
around his
listened to this
nipples.
thing so many times. I've sent it to everybody I know, like listen to this, but like it really shook me. And then I found myself having this weird reaction afterward, because here I was like really emotionally touched by this art, and then being like, my God, somebody just typed a prompt into this machine and it spit out this soulful, like deep voice that I felt carried meaning. And I went through this weird, like, and I didn't have words for the experience I was feeling, but it was like this. It's like whenever you feel like you're falling in love with somebody, and then all of a sudden you realize they're an actress. You know,
Yeah.
it's like it's this like it's the Truman Show moment. Like
I was just gonna say that's
everything's
like a lot of
not
movie
real.
basis. Like,
Yeah.
you were
But,
hired
like,
by
I don't
my
know how to
dad
describe that
pretend
emotion
like you were in
of
love
like,
with me.
oh, I think this is real. I'm falling into this. I'm really touched. I'm really vulnerable. And then to discover it's a facade. And like, I actually ended up going to AI and being like, what fucking, is there a word to describe this? And
Where
it
do you
invented
get
words.
off?
Yeah.
First
yeah,
off,
who
how
the fuck
dare
do
you?
think you are?
How dare you?
But no, like just to agree with you, these videos and stuff, and even the music now, it's so real that it's affecting me emotionally, and then I'm having to have this weird backlash of like, that's not real. Don't let it touch your heart because it's not a real thing.
So I came across an Instagram channel of a guy that breaks down AI videos.
Oh, okay.
And so I saw one, and then he stops and he's like, okay, this is AI. Here's how you know.
Oh, wow.
And he was
There's
pointing
6 fingers
out
on
shit.
the hand.
Yeah,
so
and it's
subtle.
like, but like I missed.
The kids know. The kids know immediately. But we're like,
No.
oh my God.
No, I need to hear this too. Middle-aged white woman.
I had to watch this video 5 or 6 times, and I would hear what he would say. And then they're like, I didn't see that, and I had to go back and watch it again. There's one of this guy walking through his kitchen with this huge fucking dog, and this dog is like 6 foot tall. Okay, and it looks like a real dog, real man, everything.
Yeah.
You
And
thought
he's
that
like-
was real or what?
It looked. I knew it wasn't. I knew it couldn't be because dogs aren't that real.
But it felt real
aren't that
watching
big.
it.
It
I
felt
get you,
real
buddy,
watching.
because that's part of the internet is like this bizarre thing. Like,
but
oh my
like-
God, that's a really big dog. Like,
the shit that tells you,
Don't get scammed, guys.
Well, here's the thing.
it's going to
I'm
happen.
very
If it
worried
was-
about your
Do
bank
not
account.
put your credit card number in when you see a
Too
large
late.
dog.
I
But
wanted
this
to
is
see
the
more
thing
of
you
that
need to
fucking
remember.
dog.
If it was slightly believable for me,
Yeah.
I
that
know.
means every person in my family who's older than me,
Yeah.
totally bought it.
100%.
Yeah. 75%
They're
of the
ones
state of
commenting
Iowa.
like,
Scary
wow,
shit.
Yeah.
this is amazing.
This is
That's
real.
the scary shit because they
Yeah.
can do that for anything.
Right.
Right. I mean,
Why is that
anyway,
scary though?
Why?
Because of the misinformation.
Anybody, yeah, that's just
it's
the
fine if it's a
misinformation.
dog. It's
Okay,
another thing
so
if it looks like the
whoever-
president was assassinated or something.
Yeah, whoever
Yeah.
the next presidential candidate is
Right.
going to be. All they have to do is put out a video of this guy
Smear ketchup
saying
on the
something
ear.
horrible.
pissing on a
Right. Like that.
child,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they're just like, oh, this is the,
Right.
this is why we can't vote for this
And
guy.
it's like, by the time
there it
the
is.
correction catches
Yeah.
up to the lie,
Yeah.
which has always been the case.
What
in
is
politics.
that? What is that old saying? It's the effort to correct something is takes infinitely more time
It's
than
like,
it does to
orders of
distribute.
magnitude more
Order of
work
magnitude is
to
more
fix
than
the lie than
yeah,
the
than
correction takes whatever
Yeah.
more than the lie. Yeah.
So anyway, like there's this one, the dog walking through, and he's like, okay, here's how you know it's fake, because the bucket in the background changes. I was like,
Oh
the
my
fucking
God.
bucket. I didn't even look at the fucking
Yeah.
bucket. And you look at it, and yes, there's a bucket, and then it goes out
That's
of
how
frame,
subtle it
and then
is.
it comes back, and now it's a flower pot.
Oh Jesus.
But it's like, I wasn't looking at
I'm
that.
not gonna
I would've
know the
never-
difference.
You always have
Yeah.
to look at the background.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The background
man.
is where all the information is.
So
Yeah, but now that
crazy.
they're creating art this way, like there's an actress now that's like a fully AI
Oh, yeah,
actress,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
I guess SAG is like up in
Oh,
arms
yeah.
about it because they can basically just produce anything with this person, and
Well, but that was interesting because at first I was like, oh my God, that's so like fucked up. But then it's like we have animation.
right, yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I guess it's
like,
animated.
Yeah, like if
They're
someone
saying it's
came
like
out
art.
with an animated Joe Biden, I don't think like
Yeah, you'd know he's the Simpsons version of Joe Biden.
Yeah.
This is not real.
They're like, this is, fucking look at this. That's why. This is why.
Right.
Yeah,
But if you know their AI, like
that's
what's
what it
the
is.
difference?
Right.
They're like,
Yeah.
this is the
This
AI
doesn't-
actress.
This doesn't shock you at all? This doesn't mess
No.
with you as an artist or
No,
like
this doesn't surprise me
in
in any
entertainment
way.
at all?
This is what happens every single time there's a new piece of technology.
What about the idea of like creating art that touches you, but then it turns out, I don't know, like for me, jazz or something like that is bespoke to a culture. Like part of what makes it powerful is understanding the human story that created the genre and this person who's performing it. This is why you can't have like anybody perform that, because they don't have like the creative license to do it. Like there's some genres that there's an earned, right to participate in this and do it well.
street cred.
Yeah, I mean, right? Like there's art forms that's true.
Okay.
And then when AI can just stamp it out, that's what hit me about Gangster's Paradise. Is I was just like, fuck, dude, like.
But that's just it. Is nothing was actually made. It's
Okay.
not you're not describing a new thing. You're describing a different look at an existing thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Which, like, I can already take
Almost all art is.
like I can already take a piece of music like Gangster's Paradise,
Right.
and like pitch shift things and slow things down and add music and take music away and do all these like
right. You could adapt it.
yeah. And so and like that doesn't make me a creative artist.
Okay.
Just because I can do that, like that isn't what makes me a creative artist. That's just a piece of technical know-how.
Right.
Like I can do this and I understand the music structure, and so I can do things within that structure to make it work.
Okay.
And so, I mean, that's kind of what the computer is doing.
Essentially, yeah.
And I still have a real problem with calling it AI,
Okay.
because it doesn't seem like anything is being created. I mean, you have like the large, what's it called, the large language model and all
LLMs.
those kinds of types, all those things. It all seems like at some level it is plagiarism to me.
Right.
And I don't even mean that as like a damning thing.
Right.
It's just what it seems like.
It's just imitating.
Yeah. And like in the same way that Google is.
Right. Yeah.
It's not creating information. It is presenting information.
Right.
And so that's it. It always kind of feels the same to me.
Yeah.
The AI actress is a weird one. I don't understand how that's a problem. I don't understand what the issue is.
Well, I think Whitney's point about animation, that's a very persuasive point to me. And I guess the actress thing doesn't freak me out yet because I just don't perceive that person as real. But the music touched me, and then to feel like that was just, I don't know, just a command prompt just felt weird.
Here's my prediction for the future. I see probably within
Everyone make a note.
within the next 5 years, it's going to start. There's going to be music that is completely created. So we're to Jacob's point where you're taking a song that already exists and manipulating
Well, that
it.
does exist.
Yeah.
There's
So-
AI channels on Spotify now
Yes.
that are originals.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I
So-
just happen to be listening to a cover, but that's a thing now.
Yeah.
Like a lot of
And
Spotify music is just AI
I would
generated.
guess it's probably going to, as a genre, it's going to take off probably at in EDM first.
Yeah, that seems to be the
It'll kind of
direction.
take off in that world.
And like B-roll music.
Yeah.
Like was it royalty-free music sites,
which
things
is
like
really
that.
useful.
Like it's gonna.
We should use it to make our theme.
Yeah,
honestly,
all those types of things are gonna get swamped with it. But even that, you're taking kind of known music theories and just executing them.
Right.
So like, if you want to make a song sound sad, you go like, oh, well, it's probably going to be about this many beats per minute, or it's going to be this range of beats per minute. It's going to be in one of these keys. It might be in a have a bit of a minor key here. It might have this style of bridge to it. And I mean, so like the computer can just kind of, I don't know, it can kind of just be analytical about it and go like, I can build a horror song, like I've got all these little music things here.
Oh yeah,
you just have a key that sounds like it's a little scarier.
Yeah, so they're already doing
elicits
that.
a response in you.
So your prophecy has been fulfilled, Nick. Congratulations, man.
Cool.
Wow.
You call him like you see
You're
him.
good.
The fact that he doesn't know that and makes the call, though, I think you still get credit.
I like that.
I'll give you credit for those.
I'll take it.
AI, it's here to
it's
stay,
scary.
folks. Patreon.com/therapy. You can hear me tell the story of the creation and destruction of the first AI therapist. This is really, really crazy news. So check it out, patreon.com/therapy. We do a deep dive into it. We've got some great questions for today's show, and we're leading off the order today with antidepressants and sexual dysfunction. Hey guys, and Pew Pew Whitney.
Woo.
I'm currently taking Lexapro for depression and found the longer I've been on it, the more trouble I have achieving orgasm. The desire and all other urges remain, but at the risk of offering too much information, I get right to the edge and just don't tip over it. I understand that many SSRIs have some sexual side effects, and I already have an appointment with my doctor to discuss it. I've done a bit of my own research to at least understand some of the causes and differences, and found that some alternatives referred to as atypical antidepressants like Wellbutrin, Trazodone, etc., often has less sexual side effects than SSRIs. Could you please give some explanation of the difference between these two types of medicine, if they have comparable effects on depression, if there's a danger in transitioning from one to the other, etc., etc. As mentioned, I will be discussing all of this with my doctor as well, but do value your thoughts on this as well, since I don't understand half of what I read when I do deep dives and seek details on the effects of medications. Thanks all. Much love. Tess, the forever tattooed scoop, even if you ever say something I don't like. That is going to happen.
Hurry, say something, Jim, real quick.
Yeah,
that she doesn't
I'm
like.
sure I already
This is your
have.
chance.
So I'm going to set us up to succeed on this, friends, because
Yay.
none of us are psychiatrists.
No.
We can speculate a little bit on this. I don't want us to, that's not the most value we're going to offer. But I think we can all speak to having people that have experienced that sexual side effects. What are the side effects of medications? And I think that's important to kind of just discuss in the abstract.
Yeah, that was kind of the direction I felt most comfortable going in,
sure.
because I'm like, I don't really know the full differences
Sure.
between the technical differences between all those medications.
I got you.
Yeah, Jacob's got that.
I got the solution here, guys.
Yeah.
And I also don't know all the technical differences between these medications, but I can just help you out.
That's fine.
It is an all-natural remedy. You don't have
feel
to
like I
even
know what
discuss
he's
it with your doctor. All you do is you just keep on doing exactly what you're doing right now, and you get some white rhino horn.
Oh,
and you
that's
just grind that shit up.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
And just
not what I was
every
gonna
day,
guess.
you just take a little snort of that.
Ooh.
Just take a quick little snort, ground up white rhino horn.
Yeah.
Get a lot of it.
Yeah.
Because we are running out of it.
You want to have
it is
more,
a
not
finite
less.
resource.
Yeah.
But
Don't
it
skimp
will-
on the rhino horn. That's
it
what
will
I say at every party.
absolutely, it will make you just spray like a fire hose instantly. It will. I can't really explain what will happen.
Right.
But put down a tarp.
Yeah.
Just for the love of God, put down a tarp.
Right. The
Even if you're
level-
outdoors.
Yeah.
Put down a tarp.
Yeah. And shower after, not before.
Yeah.
Always after.
Don't do it in an area where food is grown for human consumption.
And here I was just going to suggest
You
turning
will
up your
salt the
vibrator,
earth.
but
There it is. Yeah, kick it up another number, girl.
fine.
There's always a higher level. Get it to leaf blower mode.
Well, I hope that helps. And when we come
Yeah.
back, we will be
Take
talking about
care.
other stuff.
We'll see you soon.
No, I have heard this from clients as a side effect. It can be very frustrating. And so I hear you when you're like, hey, what's the deal? Maybe this medication is helping with my depression, helping with suicidal thoughts, things like that. But there's this side effect over here. So the first thing that came to mind was that any of these medications are going to have some side effect. Yeah. Like 9 times out of 10, it probably will.
I saw one today that a side effect was listed as eye problems.
Okay. Was this for a GLP-1?
Just eye problem. No, this was for like an acne medication.
Oh, wow.
My God.
And I was like, eye problems? That sounds
Jacob's like, I just got rid of my eye problem.
That could mean a lot. Anything from like dry eye to your eyeballs falling out.
I'm blind now.
I would classify both of those things as eye problems.
Yeah.
Blindness, permanent blindness.
Permanent.
May cause piracy.
Yeah, exactly.
Arr. Arr. I'm on this new medication. Arr.
I can't come on.
May cause your eyes to explode.
The pirate that can't come. I feel like that's a whole character.
On the search for booty.
Just hold still. Look in me eye.
You know why I call it my peg leg?
Bite on me hook.
This is great. Oh my gosh.
See me, doctor.
The pirate who can't orgasm. Can we pitch that to Paul for the next Hollywood Squares?
I'm close.
Okay,
anyway, Whitney, you were saying.
Oh my gosh.
Tie a plank to it.
So yeah, there's going to be some side effects. Obviously, you said you're going to your doctor. My experience working with clients who have side effects that they're like, well, maybe it's okay that I have this one thing going on. Like it's helped with these other mental health issues. So maybe it's just fine. And I always tell them, talk to your doctor. There's probably something else you can try that will have either a more manageable side effect or less of a side effect than what you're going through now, especially if it's something as like if this is important to you, which I'm guessing it is since you're writing in, then that's important enough to bring up to your doctor and say, hey, I don't like this side effect. Is there something else we can try? The other thing I was going to say very quickly is something that I've done with clients is making sure when they're going through medication adjustments, if you could keep like a little in your notes app or if you're a pen to paper type of gal, like writing down which medications you had what types of side effects for, because sometimes it can get a little convoluted. You have to be on these medications for like 2 months at a time. And maybe like next year, you know, you're willing to try something you tried before, but you couldn't remember what was really bothering me on that one medication. So keeping just brief, it doesn't have to be super detailed, but some brief notes on like what you are trying if you try different medications. I've found that to be really helpful. So
that's really good.
It's just a random suggestion.
Well, and you know, I'm really glad we're talking about this. Like in the history of the show, I think that we are generally trying to signal to folks like, hey, if you're struggling, don't get preoccupied with a lot of the talk about side effects, because I'd much rather you be so non-depressed that you feel like fucking, but you know, can't quite finish. Like, okay, I realize it's a Faustian bargain here. Like, I need these pills so that I want to have sex with people and enjoy my life, but then I can't fucking climax. Like, I get that it sounds like a trade-off. This is a side effect of SSRIs. We do see it. Sometimes it's delayed ejaculation in some people, or delayed climax. Some people it's anorgasmia, the inability to actually climax. It is, I don't want to say it's extremely common, but it's in the bucket of things we might see. Usually it's dose related. So I'd say 80% of the time whenever somebody has this, when they check back in with their psychiatrist and they tell them this is what I'm experiencing, the first move I usually see from our psychiatrist colleagues is they'll just dial down the dosage.
That's kind of true.
And that usually solves it. And they're like, great, let's see if we can dial it down. If your depression comes roaring back, then we will play another move here. But usually they'll just say, I'm just going to cut a few milligrams off this thing, and I'll bet you that between therapy and general maintenance and, you know, the general residual SSRI that's in you, I'll bet you'll be okay for a while. And so usually that's the solution to it. So it's a very solvable thing. Sometimes they'll add another medication like bupropion, because that actually, like, it's an augmenter in some cases. So if you get really high on dosage with SSRIs, you start to get to this place where you get diminishing returns, and so there's not as much therapeutic value for every milligram you're adding. And that's usually what they'll throw in a kicker like bupropion. And the other side effect of bupropion when added to the SSRI is that it often removes that sexual inhibition, or I guess not inhibition, but sexual issue, right? Dysfunctional issue. So for a lot of people, that's the move that the doctor will do if they don't just remove a few milligrams. Or, like you mentioned, Tess, moving over to an atypical.
Yeah.
So that's absolutely a move too. Like, and you'll see that. I mean, trazodone's probably not likely because that tends to be more for like nightmares and sleep. But I defer to your doctor that Wellbutrin's probably the move, or they might go to an SNRI. There's a few different moves that they can do here that maintain the antidepressant power, but are much less likely to create any kind of sexual side effects. So those are all possibilities. And, so I don't want questions like this to discourage people because, like we said, sometimes people get so notable into the side effects of the stuff that they won't do the right thing. They won't address mental illness when it presents because they're scared. Oh, I've heard some people gain weight on an SSRI, or I've heard some people don't have good sex on an SSRI, and that's important to me. I need to make sure I have a good sex life. And it's like, you need to make sure that you don't want to fucking kill yourself too. Like, let's start there and like, let's make sure that we get an optimal version of you, and then we can fiddle with the recipe to get it right. Yeah. If there are side effects, they can almost always be overcome or navigated around. Podcast wise or source of information wise, I want to take a second to plug another show. Dr. David Puder has the Psychiatry and Psychotherapy podcast. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
That is his name.
Sounds great.
He's a great guy. Yeah.
What's his name?
Dr. David Puder.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
Puder.
But no one said anything about his name, Jim.
Fine. But
Yeah, why are we making a
great
big deal
show.
about
And
it?
if you
Sounds
go
like a very
into the
respectable
archives
gentleman.
of that, he has a bunch of psychiatry resident students that actually help him design the research for his show. And he
Puder
has
residents?
several that are really big deep dives into... Am I saying a word wrong?
I don't think so.
Okay. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. But they have a bunch of deep dives into SSRIs. And so there's several that he goes over the side effects and the moves that they can do to counteract those side effects, and just kind of explains. You kind of seem to be asking a deeper question of like almost like a why and like the serotonin dampening of neurons and responsiveness and stuff like that. That I know he has episodes. I have heard him go over episodes where he explains that. So I would recommend the Psychiatry and Psychotherapy podcast. It's a really good resource to just subscribe to anyway. But if you go into their archive, they have episodes on serotonin and SSRIs and side effects and stuff. So that could be good.
We should clarify because her letter talks about Wellbutrin, and you, Jim, were talking about bupropion.
Right.
Wellbutrin is the brand name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the same,
So then they'll
Yeah,
add that
that's
as a
the same
kicker.
thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to clarify.
No, that's
Yeah.
good.
Good catch.
Jim doesn't know what any of the words he said.
No. I'm just on autopilot right now. So anyway, that's all I've got.
But for
Okay, good
real,
job.
don't forget the tarp.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the most important thing you should
Tarp.
take away from this.
Even when you think you don't need a tarp, it's
Yeah.
always good to have a tarp.
That's
You're never going to
Yeah.
be sad that you put down a tarp.
No one ever says, I wish I didn't have
I don't
this
think you're
tarp."
wrong.
Yeah, it's the same rules as guns. The only thing that can stop a bad guy with a tarp and sex
Is a good guy with a tarp.
and rhino horn. Yeah, you know, it's one of those things that's used for evil and good. I think we can all admit that. You know, we can be mature. We can talk about this.
we're very mature in
Yeah,
this.
white rhino horn can be used for evil, guys.
You won't hear that on Dr. Puder's show.
You will not. I've also contacted him in the past and wanted to do a collaboration.
I'll bet he's just waiting to, he's just dying to come
I
on
heard
this show.
very minimally back, and I was not upset at all. I was like, "Hey, man, thanks for taking 1 second to listen to this show long enough to realize you should not be on this show."
This is why we can't have guests.
This is why.
I mean, I think it'd be a delight.
I'm sure it would be. We would all learn a lot. But anyway, any notes on this one, Nick?
No, that's it. You guys covered it very well. As far as switching from one to another, I haven't heard of anything
I haven't either,
as
no.
being dangerous.
No.
If going from an SSRI to an antidepressant.
Yeah, they'll have
or
a
an
titrating
atypical.
schedule.
Yeah.
And so your doctor will tell you how they want you to go about this. And it usually involves decreasing milligrams of A while increasing milligrams of B. And that way, just you don't experience any kind of like gear shift in your brain as you're switching from one to the other.
And of course, don't change your medicine without talking to your doctor first.
Always talk to your doctor. And as always, Pod Therapy does not provide medical
pill
advice.
off with a little razor blade.
That's right.
As cool as it looks.
It does look cool.
Don't do it.
Sitting there with a cheese grater, just
I bet I can get a milligram off of this.
Well, I mean, we all have scales. We all have very, very highly sensitive scales. Most people.
And very little baggies.
That's right.
Tiny little baggies.
Tiny little baggies with those little twisty tie things, too. Anyway, thank you for this question. Good luck with this, and we hope to hear that your orgasms come roaring back. Don't forget about that rhino horn.
Yeah, that's a good follow-up email.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we want to know.
We want to hear that.
And this is Tess. I mean, the problem is Tess is going to tell us in the Discord.
She will.
I just want it to be official. I just want this to be something that we all get to know together. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about shame over drunken behavior. You're listening to Pod Therapy. Good job, Whitney.
Thanks.
That will not come back to bite you.
Today's episode is brought to you by Robert Brownie, Jr. Mintz, Kayla Lansbury, Kevin Chamberlain, Ben Stanley, Adam Hathaway, Dan Martin, Lib, Hey Yo, Andrew Langmead, Chad Meg, and Inca LaPrince. Would you like to sponsor the show? Become a therapy producer at patreon.com/therapy. All right, we're going to have to buzz in.
Ooh. Do you say your own name? No, we never do. Let's just do buzzes.
Yeah.
The listener has no fucking clue who buzzed, but Nick knows.
Do whatever. Actually, I don't. This is honesty policy. Here we go. Okay. What we've got is we have
Buzz.
Christmas. You got there. Fuck.
We have shit.
All right. Bad movie descriptions.
Oh, these.
I give you the description, and you got to guess the movie.
It's going to be that Iron fucking Eagle movie.
Here we go.
It's
all Iron Eagle.
Always going to be that.
It's got to be one of the answers.
I don't think there's any Iron Eagle.
You're throwing us off the scent. I get it.
All right. A group spends 9 hours returning jewelry.
Returning?
Buzz.
Yes.
Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Oh,
Wow.
God damn it.
Because those are
Very
fucking
good.
long movies.
Oh, my God.
I was almost going to guess Ocean's 11.
I know, that's
but I was
what
like,
my head was
they're
at that, too.
taking it, not
It's like, is there one where they're
returning it.
putting it back?
Yeah.
Okay. But 9 hours, that'll do
Okay.
it.
Good one.
Jesus.
Well done,
Next.
Jacob.
Ah.
Rich guy dresses like an animal and beats up a mentally ill clown.
Rich guy dresses like an animal.
A mentally
Dresses
ill
like
clown.
an animal. And beats up a mentally ill fucking. It's probably going to. Okay, so it's like, is it it?
All I thought it was it, but
No.
they don't. There's no.
But
Animal?
mentally ill, like disturbed, maybe, like a violent.
Mentally.
At least
Clown?
did I ever see the new one?
Oh,
I don't know if
Buzz?
Buzz! Fuck!
Whitney.
Is it like Batman or one of the Batman?
It is.
Dark Knight. That's
Yes.
it. Dark Knight. Sorry, I was like, what's the name of it? Sorry, there you go. I was
Somebody
like, the
listening
Joker.
is screaming.
Oh yeah, they're mad at us for that
somebody
one.
was listening.
Yeah,
to
that
this
was
like,
They're mad at us for that
damn
one.
it.
Yes,
I
that took
agree
way
with them.
too long.
Wow.
I agree with you,
Shame
listeners.
on us. Damn. Good job, Whitney. I'm glad you
Thanks.
got there.
Talking frog convinces son to kill his dad.
I mean,
Frog.
we're all immediately going to Kermit, right?
Okay,
Oh, I was going to-
BTK.
It's
Wait,
not.
I was
it's
going to the
definitely,
princess, the
definitely
frog
not
prince.
a real frog. Okay, that's a poor description. But
Talking.
I
Okay,
I
so
see where they
someone
got that.
convinces their son. Wait, say it again. The last part. Son.
Talking frog convinces son to kill his dad. Convinces a son
a
to
son
kill
to
his
kill
dad.
his dad, not his son.
Buzz?
Not the frog son. Yes.
Hamlet.
Shrek.
Ooh, good guess, but no.
Oh, all right. Yeah, talking frog
Is there killing in Shrek?
convinces
I don't know.
his son.
There's so many fucking Shrek movies. I'm positive I haven't seen all of them.
Fuck, dude.
I
I'm
don't
like,
know.
okay. Do you have more hints that can illuminate this?
I can make more hints.
All right, we'll take them.
It was part of a trilogy.
Talking. Oh, Buzz. Star Wars.
Yes.
Yeah, Yoda.
Yoda.
Tells Luke to kill his dad.
Oh my God, I
the
would've
talking
never-
frog
I would've
is
never
very
guessed
much a
that.
red
Yeah.
herring. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's a Yoda.
But
Okay.
I believe
Did
I
any-
deserve
I need
my
to know if the
point,
listener
and
got
I will
that
take
one.
my point, and now it's even Steven.
Wow, that's good, Jim.
Yeah. We got
Okay.
it.
Here we
We're
go.
all tied. Do we end there?
Tied up.
Let's go. Let's
Dang
go
it.
one more.
Ooh, tiebreaker for the round.
A billionaire takes a nap and messes up New York.
Billionaire takes a nap, messes up New York.
Wow. Billionaire I mean, I don't watch the Superman movies. I feel like maybe that's relevant. Takes a nap.
I'm gonna buzz. I don't think I'm right, but
Go ahead.
who's the Iron Man guy? Man.
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. One
so
of
that's
those
a person.
movies.
Are you okay? So
A Robert Downey Jr. movie.
That's a
is
person.
No,
your
the one
guess?
where he's Iron. I mean, sorry, did I say?
big
Yeah,
order.
that's his name, right? Where he has
no, that's
the little
him.
thing.
But there's a
Marvel?
lot of movies.
What is it? Iron Man?
Iron Man, sure, Iron Man.
Oh, I don't want to talk you into it. No.
Okay, that's my only guess. Billionaire
Billionaire
takes a nap. He
Uh,
must fall asleep and like
New
run.
York.
into-
I'll give you a
Falls
hint.
apart.
The writer and director was Christopher Nolan.
This isn't another Dark Knight.
Oh, Buzz. What the fuck is that movie called? Inception.
Yes.
Oh.
What?
Okay.
Well,
I don't like
Come
this.
on.
Okay.
You know what? Fuck this game. I'm angry. I'm
winning.
hurt.
Jacob loves it.
Jacob's
Best game
winning.
ever.
Okay.
This is
fine.
hard.
This is hard. Jesus. It's as hard as a sex frustrated
So
pirate.
Hard.
So hard.
Hard.
Scurvy. Shame for my drunken behavior.
Scurvy.
That's what he shouts when he finishes.
So good.
I have an illness.
No, this hasn't been created already on like Ice Cream
Vitamin
Social.
C. Sex starved pirate. All right. Shame for my drunken behavior from Anonymous. Hey, friends. Pronouns are he and him. Hello, all. I'm writing to you four beautiful souls as an official Therapod now, since this is my second time writing in.
Yay.
Thank you.
And I figured I need to support you all because you support me every week with your insight and laughs. So I've got a doozy, at least for me. I've never carried such shame before. I'll set the scene. I'm in my early 30s, married with 2 kids, a 1 and 2-year-old. My wife and I work opposite schedules. When I come home, she leaves. It's incredibly tiring, day in and day out, but we recognize how lucky we are to save on childcare. It's my wife's 30th birthday in a few days, and I've planned the whole weekend for her. For my 30th birthday, she planned a surprise party for me, and man, it was so impactful that I wanted to give back for hers. The night of the shame, we are hosting her friends before we all head out to a concert. This means that when I leave work, I run to the grocery store, liquor store, clean the house frantically for the next hour and a half, set the scene. When friends do arrive, I play bartender and DJ, just really trying to host and welcome all in while taking care of the kiddos for half of the party. I love taking care of others. I unfortunately did not take care of myself. As I'm making drinks and taking shots with others, which I never take shots, I forget to eat the whole night and hours before people arrived. Fast forward, we arrive at the concert, but by the time we make it inside, I'm already browning out. From what I've been able to piece together from other stories, for the first 15 or 20 minutes, I was jovial, happy, as I usually am when I've tied a few down. However, the rest of the night was a nightmare. I'm surprised I wasn't punched in the mouth. In fact, my wife said she stopped her friend from punching me so that he would not get in trouble, not to save me. And frankly, I agree with her. I absolutely deserved it. I was physically aggressive, lightly shoving my wife away from me and my best friend, publicly raunchy with my wife, embarrassing her, saying very, very hurtful things to her and her friends, making death stares to people I just met, wandering off to, I don't know, I just wandered off, I guess, elsewhere, and my wife would have to come chase me down and babysit me, which stole her away from her friends that she rarely ever gets to see, as well as the entire concert. The group of people I was with were great. At first, they continued welcoming me back with excitement to try and lift my spirits. I don't think they realized I was completely gone, unaware of how absent-mindedly drunk I was. My wife is an actual saint. Before this night, I knew that already, but wow, she showed a grace and respect to me that I absolutely did not deserve. She stayed with me the whole time, even though I made her cry 3 separate times. It was so bad that people that she ran into from high school were wondering why she was with such a monster, and complete strangers / women in the restroom telling her to dump my ass, hugging her as she cried. I was an absolute alcohol-induced monster, a monster to the person closest to my heart, mother of my children, and to everyone around me. My best friend that night was able to talk some sense into me as I sobered up. He took me under his wing later in the night and really helped me realize how big I messed up, that this one was on me. Safe to say, I ruined my wife's 30th birthday. I ruined the whole weekend we were supposed to celebrate. She, of course, didn't want anything to do with me the next day and the day after that. She didn't know if she even wanted to stay with me. I had to learn from others what happened that night, shock after shock. And I am still in shock, disbelief that I had that monster inside of me. My best friend believes this was coming from a place of jealousy, that I was upset that others were stealing my rare time away from my wife or with my wife because I mentioned something about that in my drunken slurry of words. Everyone knows me as the family man, the social worker, the peaceful, lovable politics guy that's all about social justice. Now there are strangers out there that only know me from my death stare. Her friends that I've met only a handful of times that I've had awesome times with in the past remember me as this unhinged fool. And my wife, who said she's never been so surprised and felt betrayed. I've dealt with past traumas growing up, and through the years of counseling, I've been able to work things out. Those were things that happened to me, not because it was my fault. But this is all my fault. I've never had to right such a wrong. I've never felt shame this deep, embarrassment, seen myself as this monster. I've never wanted to crawl into a hole and never come out again. The last few days, I've had many talks with my wife, both crying. I've decided I'm done drinking for good so that I never become this monster again. For myself, for my wife, for my kids. Frankly, something I should have done in the past. Not that I was this monster before, but alcohol has been a part of those past traumas when growing up. I've also flirted with alcoholism, but never crossed the line. Always lived on it. I've apologized, cried, lost sleep, and texted her friends individually. I'm trying my best to clean up the mess as best as I can, but of course there's no going back. I've ruined her birthday, and I've stained my wife and her friends' minds as the unhinged monster that I am. I've taken all the heat and kept my defenses down because, frankly, there is no defense. Yes, it was never my intention, in fact, it was never my intention. In fact, my intention was the best, to celebrate the absolutely beautiful human being my wife is the whole weekend. I just lost control, and now I'm facing the reality of not being aware enough of my own limits. I don't know how to move on other than showing her I'm serious. I'm done drinking. And now her mom won't speak to me, as I've really hurt her daughter, which I understand. If this happened to my daughter, I'm sure I'd do the same. I'm just lost. I don't know how to see myself as before. I didn't know this monster lived within me. Thank you all for your time doing this show. It truly helps week in and week out. From Anonymous.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a heavy
Clearly a
That was
person not deserving of anybody's help or compassion. I think we could just move right on.
Do we just back the bus up on this
I mean,
guy?
this
I think
person's
that's
Just a
beating
fair.
monster.
themselves
Yeah.
up so much, I figure I might as well pile on.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
God
Just throw a few
damn.
more shovels onto this grave.
Yes.
So every once in a while on social media, I come across something that's actually helpful.
Ooh.
And this, it was, I
Was
think
it
it was
an AI
actually,
song
I was
by
just going to say it was an AI.
That helped me. That healed my soul.
It touched Jim.
Touched me.
it actually happened, I
like
think
a
it was
sex
this
star
morning,
pirate. It touched me.
but it was this, it was a
Really
story. Somebody was talking about this story, and who knows if it's true or whatever, but talking about this Buddhist monk who was talking to his students and his about this scenario in which a student was holding a cup of coffee and someone ran into them and it spilled out and his coffee spilled. And so he asked the students, okay, why did you spill your coffee? And they all said, well, because someone bumped into me. And so he explained, no, you spilled coffee because you were holding coffee. If you were holding water, you would have spilled water. And so he is basically making the point that whatever you hold on to is what you will spill. So when life bumps into you or when all these things happen, whatever you're holding on to, whether that's fear or guilt or shame, it will spill out. And so if you're holding on to positive things, then positive things will spill out when life goes wrong.
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah, so it's just kind of this idea of you need to always be mindful of the things that you're holding on to. Kind of made me think of this because with my experience working with people with substance use,
I was very much waiting to hear y'all's input on this because I'm like, that's a little bit where my mind went, but I was like, you guys have all that history. So
yeah, because no one's doing really well in their life and has everything going their way, and then drinks and becomes a complete asshole.
Right.
Like, alcohol doesn't change who you are. Alcohol allows those parts of you to come out.
I've always heard people say that. I never liked that a whole lot.
Why
because
not?
it doesn't
That's because you're an asshole.
That's fine. But alcohol also does not amplify all traits equally.
No, true.
He didn't
I would
say
agree
amplify.
with that.
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
if you are, but I'm saying amplify because
Okay.
I'm substituting the word amplify
Okay.
because that's how I always look at it is alcohol kind of amplifies characteristics within you.
Okay, it was already there. It's making it
But
better.
I mean, if you are normally a 2% asshole, and alcohol jumps you up to a 30% asshole,
right,
and doesn't jump up the compassion on the other side at the same time, well, then you look like an asshole, and then you look like a monster. But that doesn't mean that you are an asshole and that you are a monster.
Let me rephrase it in a different way.
Hit me.
Okay. I'm going to put this in audio guy terms.
Do it.
Okay.
So you have a pirate over you.
Think of...
Really raring to go.
Don't think of alcohol as being something that amplifies. Think of... You've got a part of your brain that acts like a compressor.
This is fun.
And it's decreasing that signal. Okay?
Yeah.
And
Are you following? Because I'm not. I don't understand any of this.
Alcohol turns off the compressor.
Okay.
I think that's a better way of looking at it.
But a compressor still affects everything equally.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Trying
Well,
to
you
get
know
it
what he's
in.
saying,
for
right?
example.
Trying to say, though. Yes.
So everything
it's,
is
it doesn't. Yeah. So like if I'm doing well, I'm having a good day, there still may be parts of me or things that I think or feel, but I've got another part of my brain that's holding that down and keeping it contained.
Or you might not, like it might be in your brain normally, but you get a little drunk and alcohol might make you fixate on that a little bit more.
Sure.
Whereas you would normally fixate on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this kind of reminds me of one of my best friends since childhood, and we've openly talked about this being an issue we had. It was actually, I want to say, for our friend's 30th birthday. This is ironic now that I'm thinking about it. It is.
Is it ironic, or is this just Peter right now?
My wife's a
Like,
bitch.
shit. He did say help me in secret. No, so one of my childhood best friends, I tagged along on a cruise with one of her friends who was turning 30. And I knew her kind of well, but I was like, all right, I'll jump along. So while we're on this cruise, my best friend, one of these nights is just like shit-faced drunk. And on a cruise, that's kind of scary because it turns out like midnight rolls around, 2 a.m. rolls around. I'm like trying to go to bed and I'm like, is she going to go overboard? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if y'all been on cruises. Like, is she going to fall off? Like, I don't fucking know. It's kind of scary.
It's dark out there.
It's dark out there. And I'm like, I don't know what she's doing. So anyway, we had a whole excursion plan the next day to go like swim in these underground caves. It was amazing. But what happened was, because they were out so late, we had to be up at like 6 or 7 a.m. to do this. And by 2 a.m. she still was not back in the room.
Oh, shit.
So I get up, I get her going, and this other girl in the room who was with us, I had just met her on this trip, and she had stayed out late too drinking. And so I'm like, all right, we got to get up, we got to go. The three of us go on this ride. The van on the way to the underwater thing had to pull over so they could vomit on the way there.
Wow.
They're like sleeping in the back of the van.
The first time that drivers had to do that.
Yeah.
I hope not, because I was like, I'm sorry. And so we get in the water. The water's really cold, so that felt good to them. But it was just like, the short version is, I was upset. I was like, hey, we're on this vacation. You have kids, you have family, you have all these stressors in life. We don't get to see each other that often. This was going to be really fun. This is an awesome excursion. And you just got like shit-faced, stayed up all night and like drug your ass out here. You're vomiting. Like, this sucks. Yeah. I was like, so we've had other conversations since then about like, hey, why do you turn to drinking? And she is not a person that sucks. She's like an amazing human.
Right.
But these things come out sometimes when she's drinking, because she's like, well, I don't get to let loose. I have to keep everything together. Like, it kind of reminds me of what you're saying, Nick, where they have to they have to have all their shit together. There's no outlet sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And so then the alcohol
They go too far.
brings the dam down, so the floodgates open, and it's like
when parties show up in Las Vegas and they say that this party, this big group of people, this is like a conference or a meeting or whatever, there are always a couple of groups that when you hear it's that group, you go like, motherfucker.
Oh, really?
The walls are going to get torn down today.
oh my gosh.
One of them is, I think, less surprising.
The College of
Moms.
Catholic
I was
Cardinals.
like, Mom.
No, just cops.
Oh, cops come get tore up. Yeah.
Yeah. Cops are going to come get tore the fuck up.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The other one, though, elementary school teachers.
Wow.
If there's a group of elementary school teachers coming, those
Watch
motherfuckers are going to party.
Right.
See, that's what they're doing. They're just letting loose.
Yeah,
It's
like they are going to cut loose. Like it's going to be body shots by 7 p.m.
I'm going to tell you, I can confirm this. So my wife's a teacher. And they'll have, big end of year parties and stuff, the teachers. And like, she's not a person that wants to party or whatever.
But
it's always surprising.
Does your wife teach too? Is she elementary or
elementary?
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But like, I mean, it's always surprising the stories of how hard everybody goes.
Yeah,
Jenny
people,
did this?
people falling in the pool, mean, just all over the place.
Well,
Sarah?
part of it is you usually have a big age
right
range.
Oh, range, yeah.
Like you have some of the older teachers, but then you have like the right out of college teachers,
right?
And they're teaching second grade because they are only 22 or 23,
and they're partying still.
Yeah, like they're still partying like they're in their 20s.
Also, Catholic priests.
Yeah,
I've heard that one too.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
They party, man. They get into that communion wine.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, is that what they call those kids?
That's what they're called. Oh, Jesus.
You're the one who said get into.
Oh, no.
Honestly, you might as well have been wearing short shorts.
Oh, there it is. So, okay. Anonymous, I have a few notes on this that I'm going to be, usually I think I'm Chipper Jim and I'm usually kind of on your side on things. I'm going to nudge you a little bit. This is going to be challenging. So I think a couple of things can happen in this kind of a story. As I'm hearing the story, I like that you're taking the track of saying, I am going to stop. I need to stop drinking.
Yeah.
This is not the first time that I have gone too far and it's been a problem in my life. But there's some language that you're using that I think I want to shine a light on, and I want to talk a little bit about context. And this is just coming from backgrounds working in substance abuse. So one of the things that often happens with, especially men, but I see this across the board, with people that abuse alcohol, a lot of times they feel justified because they're like, I work hard, I pay the bills, I'm a good guy. And in your letter, my friend, I hear that. I take care of the kids. I was taking care of her. We work on different shifts. We never see each other.
Yep.
My friend is sympathetic to me. He's like, man, it's probably just because like you don't get to spend enough time with her. You're a little jealous. Like you just miss her. And it's like, in your story, you're like, I was DJing. I was bartending. I was doing all the shopping. I was doing the grocery. And like that can fuel these kinds of events because we're like, you know what? I'm putting on a great show for her. She's going to have a great night. I'm paying for a concert. I'm throwing everything at her. I'm giving her a great night. I'm going to have a good time too. Mm-hmm. I deserve to have a good time too. And that little voice in the back of your head's like, she can't say shit about it because like I'm giving her a great night. She's surrounded by friends. I'm not the center. She's the center. I can just get sauced. And that's how I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to enjoy myself too. And I'll bet. And
that doesn't have to be an active line of thought either, right?
Doesn't even have to be active. But like it's subtly back there. In the back of our heads is I deserve it. And this is where a lot of people who end up with a really bad relationship with alcohol get to. And you said in your letter, like, I've danced on the line of alcoholism, but I've never crossed over it. I wonder if you have.
What that is. I'm like, what's
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that line, writer, because this is where a lot of people justify things. They say, oh, I'm not like so-and-so. There's always a so-and-so. There's always people you grew up with. There's always friends that you have. You're like, the guy under the bridge, that's an alcoholic. Oh, my friend Tom, he's an alcoholic. He wakes up and has to suck down, a fifth of vodka to get the shakes off him. That's what an alcoholic is. But no, that's not what we in the profession think of as alcoholism. You can be a binging person who's sober most of the week. You're sober 6.5 days a week. And then you have this one big, tremendous thing where you suck it all down and like you're really going overboard. You change who you are. And there's this self-destructive pattern. We might still look at that and call alcoholism isn't even a word we really use that much. We're talking about your relationship to alcohol use disorder.
Yeah.
And so we change the way we think about this. And what we're looking for, writer, is usually a handful of general criteria. We could get into like the really medical weeds about this, but big picture, how we know there's a problem. One, we want to see this over time, right? If it's the first time you've ever drank and you had a bad weekend of it, we're not looking at you and thinking you have a bad relationship with alcohol,
you didn't know
right? Yeah, even if it was yucky and hungover and made a mess, like, okay, we're looking for a chronic
You had a bad
relationship.
week.
Yeah. Have you had a bad relationship, a sporadic relationship with alcohol, 6 months or longer? Do you have emotional or physical cravings for alcohol? And that's the emotional part is the one that people sleep on because they think, oh no, I don't have cravings. I don't get the shakes. Like that's not what I asked. I didn't ask about withdrawal symptoms. That would have been a different question. I'm talking about, is this something that you look for as a way to like equalize your life? Do you feel like, oh man, if we're going out, I really hope I can have a drink? Are you planning it? Are you thinking of it? Are you plotting it?
If you have the shakes, if you have physical symptoms of it,
level.
The conversation gets a lot simpler.
That's a really fast
like
conversation.
you were physically hurting yourself.
You're physically dependent on it at that point.
And that is an easier conversation to have because we're not talking about, is this person an alcoholic?
Yes.
It is, this person has overindulged in this drug and has physically injured themselves.
Yes.
And now we have to deal with that.
Now your body,
on top of the alcoholism and everything else. But the alcohol is like, we're not worried that this person likes to drink. We're worried that this person has the fucking shakes and might die tonight.
Let go of the word alcoholism because this is where a lot of people get so distracted.
It's the
because they think it's a
label
club.
And who cares? It doesn't
like,
matter.
I'm not in the alcoholic club. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not, I don't have alcoholism. And it's like, that has distracted so many people from stopping and changing their lives because they think that there's a threshold.
Right.
And like, it's really this gray area of your relationship to alcohol is unhealthy and it must be changed. Right. And so like, you're right, Jacob, if you're physiologically dependent on the chemical of alcohol in your blood to function, your shit's falling apart. Now you need medical detox.
And we don't have questions. And more importantly, the writer doesn't have questions.
Right.
Because then the writer is writing in going like, I can't control my hands enough to type out this email.
That's different.
Yeah.
But like drinking yourself sick is a real problem. So like if you've been drinking for longer than 6 months, your relationship with alcohol goes back more than 6 months. That's one criteria. We're looking for physical or emotional or mental health cravings for the alcohol. It's a thing that you long for, you pine for, you fantasize about, you think about, you budget time and emotions for so that you can get it into you so that you can live your life. Another thing we're looking for is, have you tried to cut back but have failed? Have you tried to stop? Have you tried to cut back? Have you promised yourself, okay, no more liquor, only beer. Okay, no more beer,
what did
only
the trying
wine.
Actually look like?
Yep, I'm only going to drink with friends. Okay, I'm only drinking on weekends. Okay, I'm only drinking when we don't have the kids. Okay, I'm not drinking anymore. I'm taking a break. Okay, well, nah, I think I'm back in. I don't want to mess up the night. I'm going to have some. If you've made these promises and you've constantly tried to negotiate this, you've tried to cut back, but you have failed. That's a symptom that we are looking for.
It's like making a list of things that you want to do before you turn 40 years old.
Yes.
And then arguing with other people as to what should and shouldn't
I have the calendar in the car.
checking
Do I need to
things
go
on
get
the
it?
list.
That's exactly it. It's accountability that goes away.
Yeah.
And the last one that we're looking for is using despite negative consequences. If you have had negative consequences, and writer, in your story, you tell us that this is not the first time. The monsters come out before, but never quite this bad. What you're talking about is just new rock bottoms that you're discovering.
Right.
But there have been negative consequences in your life, and that has not deterred you. You've always come back, even though you've been shaken, even though you've been startled, even though you've lost friendships, even though people have thought less of you, even though it's been bad, you've been in danger, you've gotten legal consequences, whatever it was, health consequences, financial consequences, relational consequences, bad things have happened that you have had regrets over, and you have still not stopped. All of this is what we are looking to when we assess whether or not you have an unhealthy relationship with alcohol. And that's what we're looking for. There's not some magic line that now we designate, Nick, does the sign of the cross over you and now you're an alcoholic. Like we see it. That's not what we're assessing.
Nick does have that authority.
Yeah, he can. And
So
if
don't-
you piss him off,
He's ordained.
Do not let Nick
he will
be
86
above
you. That's
No,
right.
I mean, honestly, don't put me in that position.
Yeah, that's right.
He'll put you right into a meeting.
I
Don't make
want
me
this.
do it.
Yeah, you made it.
Nick will.
You stepped in front of the shot. So all of this is just to, I think, bring a little bit of a challenge to you, writer, that at the end of the day, people that quit alcoholic, people that go to Alcoholics Anonymous, the criteria to go to AA is not that you are an alcoholic. They tell you at the door, the only criteria they have to come to AA meetings is a desire to stop drinking.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
Okay.
So there's not some bright line that you have to get to. You have to get to the 9th level of hell, and now you have a problem. Now it's time to stop. It's time to stop the moment you realize that at any given time, any roll of the dice, my night could go terribly. And other people do not have that problem, that the only drink you can control is the first drink. And you can tell yourself, oh, this one got away from me because I didn't put some food in my belly. Oh, this one got away from me because I was having so much fun. Oh, this one got away from me because I was entertaining others, taking shots with friends. I was having a good time.
And all those things can be true, too.
That can be true, but I've had a lot of people that when I've worked with them and we've gotten deeper and deeper and deeper into this, they sit down and when they finally get fucking honest, they tell me, I knew what I was doing the entire goddamn time.
And I only say that can be true to say that it doesn't matter if it is true.
Right.
It is beside the point if it is true. I am a drinker. I'm around people who drink a lot. I work in the entertainment industry. We all like it is a part of my industry. I have a hard and fast rule. I have this rule for myself. I have this rule for my loved ones. I have this rule for my friends and people that I'm out with. Whatever you do, you're responsible for.
Right.
That's it. The alcohol, the drugs, whatever it is, it doesn't change who is responsible for your actions. You're still responsible for each and every action that you do.
Sure.
And when you look like an asshole, you look like an asshole.
Right.
I kind of
You'll
commented
take
on
it with
earlier.
some salt. Like, you'll understand that's not how I know my
That's
friend.
it.
99%
Like,
of the
I'm not
time.
always that person, but last night I was an asshole. I was drinking, but the drinking can't be an excuse.
But if you're always an asshole when you're drinking, now it's your fault for putting that in you and being an asshole.
It's
to
your
me.
fault no matter what.
Right.
Oh, no. I am on team. It's your fault.
Yeah.
I am
accountability.
very heavily on team. It is your fault. So yeah, if you, and I would say learn something from this experience. I'm always a little edgy about saying things like making life decisions in these moments, saying like I'm never going to drink again. That may or may not be too high of a goal to set in this moment,
right?
And just something to let yourself down over later. But you can definitely say like I will not drink to excess again. I will not make an ass of myself again. You can make smaller promises to yourself if that's not something that you feel comfortable doing.
I'm with you
if
on
you
that.
do, then fucking A. Like if that's where you want to go with it, cool. Like no beef with that.
I want to jump in with a subtle caveat on that because there's a lot of people that will not take the first step because they feel like, well, don't take the first if you can't take the 10,000th. And so it's like, well, if I can't promise I'm never going to do it again, then I shouldn't stop at all. I should just regulate. And it's like, you've already demonstrated an inability to regulate this.
Yep,
that's
right.
how I know it's a problem for you. And so like, that I don't want you stopping. It's just like with the SSRIs. It's like don't not take them because you've heard there's a side effect. Like same thing with alcohol. Don't not quit alcohol because you're scared you can't do it for 40 years. Tell yourself, and then at AA they say just for today, I'm not drinking.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow, but I know today I am not okay with it. It's not good for me. I'm not going to do it.
I think you're saying what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
I think you're saying it better. But yeah, that's yes.
With a more piratey accent. I think.
R.
It's definitely
got to
in
get
the
those
accent.
hard R's.
That's right. That's right.
There's something that kind of jumped out to me. I agree with everything you said, Jim. Those were all like amazing points, and you and Nick both have a lot of experience with that. So I feel
pirate sex. We do.
Well, the peg leg
more
part,
than we'd like
the
to
peg
say.
leg part.
Pegging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had our fair share of
Something
time over the 7 seas. Swab my deck, you scallywag.
There weren't a lot of ladies on board.
Poop deck was right there, John. It was right there.
Swab my deck's pretty fucking good.
Swab the poop deck is better. Come on.
Land it. Stick the landing.
Just because an 8's fine doesn't mean you shouldn't go for the 10.
Take your own advice today.
Good. Solid.
But no, the naming, I know he's not saying that the alcohol's a monster, but he keeps like, it sounds like separating himself from it. So this monster lived within me. It kind of, to me, sounds a little bit like that's a hard thing to hear and accept, writers. So I say this gently, where we don't want to believe that we're capable of those things. So kind of gaining separation by saying this monster within me.
Right.
It sounds like that's maybe what's happening there. You're trying to remove yourself from proximity to like these hurtful things you did to somebody that you love. I also tapping into kind of some JSO, juvenile sex offender treatment, because it's a little adjacent to addiction.
Sure. Yeah.
The beating yourself up and just really laying into yourself. I get why you're doing it because that's how you're feeling, but please try to not do so much of that.
Yeah.
Really, really work on like trying to work on that self-esteem and say, well, I'm worth trying for. I'm worth like not, oh, I'm this worthless piece of shit because I did this hurtful thing. I'm just a monster. I don't even deserve her. Like, no, you know what? I deserve to work hard for this relationship.
Yes.
I deserve to be happy because I want my significant other to be happy. I want my kids to see me a certain way. Like, your kids are so young right now.
Right.
You have so much room for improvement here.
Yes.
And I'm really glad to hear that. And on one hand, like, at least this is happening.
Right.
They're coming to the surface now. And you're writing in, you're talking about therapy, you're talking about trying to reconcile with like her family.
I love the making amends already, owning it, taking accountability. And like, I'm very comfortable, and everybody's different on this.
Yeah.
I'm very comfortable differentiating me from the monster.
Okay.
And I'll use externalization as a
thoughts.
concept in therapy. I'm very comfortable with that because, like, for me personally, I relate to this. Like, Drunk Jim is fundamentally a different guy, and I don't like him, and I'm scared of him sometimes, and I'm worried about the things he can do in the world. And so, like, that Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, concept is extremely relatable, and I think a lot of humans feel that way. And if you realize that Mr. Hyde lives inside of you, then it is your fucking responsibility to never let that fucker out.
Okay.
Right? And to understand that if you fucking own Jurassic Park,
So you're
and
still
it's
in
like,
control
okay, well,
of the monster. It's not the monster got out. It's like I let him
exactly.
out.
And it's
Okay.
like I have to be mindful of that.
I used to use the same analogy and stuff. So
I was wondering about
kind of
this,
like, yeah, you've got this monster inside you. I think I would agree with Jim in that sense. That it's a fine understanding to have, a fine way to look at it, because then it kind of puts things into perspective. But then also, I think, kind of going back to Jacob's point as far as like responsibility,
Right.
Dr. Jacob.
it's like,
Thank you.
it's like, well, don't let the monster drive the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you still own the car.
Right.
It's your fault.
You can drive if you want to, or you can let the monster drive
Right.
if you want to. But then you got to.
That's you letting them.
you
You
gotta
have the keys the whole
understand.
time.
It's like Batman when Harvey Dent is like, yeah, no, the Joker's a fucking psychopath. I'm here for the guy that let him out. Like, no, we all know what he's capable of. One of you fuckers let him out, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's on you. Like, you will be held responsible for that. All of that accountability talk, I think, is where people show up to rehab. It's where people show up to counseling. It's where people start asking for help. I agree with what you said too, Whitney, and this is something we say a lot in substance abuse treatment. Shame and guilt are not tools. We can't use them. We can't use them to build anything. But they're really fucking good at breaking through the wall of denial. They are essentially sledgehammers. We can't build
They're
much
needed
with
for a
them.
short time.
But there's a turn. Yeah, there's a time where you need to go ahead and pick that fucker up, and you need to shatter every illusion that you have that this has not been a problem in your life, that is not sporadically going to be a problem in the future, that the risks do greatly outweigh the rewards. And if you can shatter those problems or that thinking with the sledgehammer of shame, then you put it down, and now you begin the work of reconstructing and building a better you. And again, I don't want you having to make huge lifetime decisions here about I'll never touch alcohol again. I'm not trying to like fucking proselytize for sobriety. I drink, but like I just, having worked in this industry a long time and seeing a lot of people go through what you've gone through, it's very easy a month later to fucking shrug it off, Anonymous, because your wife starts sleeping with you again, you're playing with your kids, your friends are nice to you again,
I'm good.
you're around your family,
Your mother-in-law
it's the
starts sleeping
holidays.
with you again.
Yeah, you start sleeping with your mother-in-law again behind your wife's back.
just a
Everything's
bonus.
back to normal.
Yeah.
You're dressing up for Halloween, and you go, you know what? I'm not a bad guy. Nobody sees me as a bad guy. That bygones are bygones. I'll make
Because
it up
they don't
to
know
them.
you're fucking your mother-in-law.
Right. Well, yeah. If they knew
that's
that, they'd be,
true.
Their opinions may be
disappointed.
More
different.
shame and judgment.
It's frowned upon,
Depends on what
in some
the mother-in-law
cultures.
looks
So, I mean, but yeah, like it's very easy to sweep
I
this
think
back
of it as
under
an
the
honor.
rug. And that's why I guess you've taken the time to write into the show. I believe that you wrote into the show in a moment of distress and really spilling your guts. And I guess I want to honor that by saying, don't waste this moment of pain. Let it wake you up. Your relationship with alcohol is out of balance, my friend. I hope that you will do professional work to recalibrate it.
And the other people too, the friends, the mother-in-law, even your wife. The only way that you're going to, you can apologize to them, you can do all of these things. The only way that you're going to actually win them back is by showing them.
Yes.
Like
long-term work.
They have learned through your actions what you look like when you get too drunk and out of control.
Right.
And they're going to learn from your actions what you're going to look like going forward. And that's how they're going to determine, whether they're going to keep hanging out with you.
Yeah, and to be clear, if anybody in the audience is kind of like gritting your teeth a little bit at some of my like fervor on this, the writer clearly said this is not the first time.
Right.
This is just the worst time. And I'm honoring that because when I see the pattern, that's when I say my job's to grab you by the shirt and tell you to wake the fuck up. because like they're not going to indefinitely forgive you. And I've had so many people that are functional alcoholics. I've had people that are literally surgeons and fucking medical doctors sweeping it under the rug because they're really good people and they do really hard work and everybody really likes them and respects them and it overlooks it eventually. And like they get away with a lot. And it's like, look, fucking, you need to deal with this shit. If this is habitually a pattern in your life, I'm not telling you to be sober for the rest of your life, but I'm telling you cannot afford to sweep this under the rug and wait till the next time the volcano explodes.
Right.
Like every time it does, you look in the mirror and you go, how do I keep letting this happen? Because you do not have the ability to control it, which is how I know it's a disorder. That's how I know it's a disease. I don't, look in the mirror. People don't look in the mirror that have diabetes and go, why can't I just focus and make my own goddamn insulin? You have an illness in your pancreas. You're asking it to do something it cannot do. And in the same sense, those who have an alcohol use disorder are asking their brain to do something that it cannot do. It cannot regulate its relationship with this. It's beyond their ability. That's why there's such a thing as addiction science and medicine. And that's why we have fucking jobs. So get help, Anonymous. I hope you will. This is something that's worth dealing with.
That being said, I can create insulin at will.
Okay. Oh, you just meditate.
Whoa.
Yeah, hold up. There's some right there.
Oh shit! Oh, did you just squirt some? Oh, is that what that is on the floor?
Do we need the tarp?
Okay.
Yeah. That's why you put down the tarp.
He's like an octopus. He inks whenever whenever he's nervous.
It's called lactation, Jacob.
Test it.
Yeah,
that is.
And we see you tugging furiously at your shirt. You didn't just will that in your mind.
Test it. Take it to the lab.
It is sweet.
Okay.
See?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
It is very sweet.
Saccharin. Little saccharin.
There's some on your chin.
Yeah. This is why we're the tarp. This is why you need the tarp.
Yes.
You never know.
You'll never regret putting down a tarp. You'll never be like, I shouldn't have put this tarp down.
This is why Dr. David Pooter's not going to be on this fucking show. I'm going to tell you that right
Because
now.
he's anti-tarp?
He's better than this.
If Dr. David
tarp.
Pooter is
He's against
anti-tarp,
big tarp.
I don't want Dr. David Pooter on this show.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're talking about imposter polyamory.
Ooh.
Fuck yeah, you're listening to
a good
Pod Therapy.
Oh,
shit.
Today's episode is brought to you by Robert Brownie Jr., Vince, Kayla Lansbury, Kevin Chamberlain, Ben Stanley, Adam Hathaway, Dan Martin, Lib, Hey Yo, Andrew Langby, Chad Meg, and Inca LaPrince. And if you would like to sponsor the show, become a therapy producer at patreon.com/therapy.
Dead men tap no tails.
Gosh.
NASA spends millions to retrieve a gardening enthusiast.
Buzz,
Okay.
the Martian.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, that
He's
was
a
good.
botanist.
Yeah.
I was thinking Apollo 13.
I was literally there to, or
Mars will
I
learn
can't think
to
of the name
fear.
of that
I
one.
just rewatched it. I watched it last week. That's so great.
Oh, wow.
It worked out for me.
I was like, how'd you remember that?
I
That's
would
my
not-
thing. I'm like,
I
I don't
would
even
not
remember
have.
Inception that well as a billionaire.
Yeah.
Rich girl lets
director got
poor
me doing
boy
Inception.
freeze to death.
Buzz. Titanic.
God
Yes.
damn it.
Man,
I was
I'm so
thinking
slow.
Encino Man.
Guy on vacation nearly gets eaten by his own clone.
Guy on vacation
I don't think this one's accurate.
nearly gets eaten.
See, AI isn't that
Multiplicity
smart.
starring Michael
yeah,
Keaton.
there it is. Guy on vacation nearly gets eaten by his own.
Is eating a good word? Or
It's
should we
gonna
change
be
eating
Okay.
or no?
zombies.
Okay, his own clone. It's not him.
Yeah.
Cloned
Oh.
something, but
On
not him.
vacation.
Buzz?
By his own creation.
Jurassic Park?
It is.
Good one.
I don't like that one.
I don't
That's not a very
Yeah.
good description.
Well, good job still.
Family can't stop losing their kid.
Buzz.
Shit.
Ah,
Home Alone.
Dang
Yes.
it. I would have gotten
Any
that
of
one.
them.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't believe
All
this
the Home
happened for
Alones.
the third time.
Again?
At some point,
Somebody get that
CPS
kid a
takes
leash.
this fucking
I know.
kid.
Where is
I mean,
CPS?
Come on. There are consequences.
Okay. Angry Scottish woman gives her mom a bad hair day.
Angry Scottish woman. Angry Scottish woman.
I mean, I don't.
Angry Scottish.
I have a guess, but I don't
gives
think
her
it's
mother
right.
a bad
What's your guess?
hair day.
The Disney movie Brave.
Yes.
Oh my
Oh
God.
wow! Yay! I got
Wow,
one.
Whitney,
I don't
way
remember
to
a
pull that
haircut,
one out.
but-
Oh.
She turns into a bear. I
Also,
thought.
one of the better
Brave.
fucking Disney movies.
Very good.
Disney
Damn
Whitney
it.
did
Brave.
buzz in.
Buzz.
I did think that. I'm like, oh, he's letting me answer. I was like,
All right, last one.
Merda.
A guy finally gets the girl by changing species.
Oh, that's
Buzz?
Buzz. Fuck. I think you got it. You're right.
The Frog Prince?
No.
Shit.
is that what your guess was?
Yeah.
Wait, read it again?
Buzz, Shrek.
No.
Read it again?
A guy.
Buzz, the fly.
Oh,
No.
shit.
Guy finally gets the girl by changing species. I think this is a. Oh, yeah.
Changing
Buzz.
species.
Avatar.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
good
God
one.
damn
I
it.
was like, wow, good job.
Very good.
Damn it. Good
Finally
job,
gets
man.
the girl.
Way to
Twice.
fuck.
He changes
Yeah, that was
Fucking
good.
Avatar.
Jesus. What a
Wow,
shitty
I've seen that
movie.
so
I was
many
going to feel
times,
really
too.
blue if I didn't get that one.
There it is.
Aw.
There.
Oh, I
it
just saw the
is.
preview for the third one.
How can
they're
you
still
say,
doing
Wait.
this?
Oh, yeah.
How can you say it's shitty?
What's the water one?
Unobtainium? Brilliant.
Have you seen The Naked Gun, the new one?
No, I haven't. Is that-
The beginning of the movie, there's a bomb thing that like they're working really like all these bank robbers is like an Ocean 11 thing are getting, and they open up the vault and they pull it out and it's called Plot Device.
Nice.
I need to
It
watch
just reminds me of Mitch Hedberg, like any of his stuff. Like
so
Mitch
good.
Hedberg.
Doubletree.
I haven't seen the new
wonderful.
Naked Gun, and I haven't seen the new Spinal Tap.
Oh, yeah,
Behind
yeah,
on
yeah.
both of those.
Oh yeah, I would recommend. It's on Paramount, so check it out. Imposter Polyamory. Hi guys, I really enjoyed the show, and I have a question that's a little outside the box. Feel free to pass this one over if you're not familiar with polyamory. Luckily, we all are.
Very
It's
familiar.
the day you find out, America. I am a woman in my mid-30s and am polyamorous by orientation, which means that I view it the same as my romantic and sexual orientation. It's an innate part of who I am. And thanks for the shout out on demisexuality a
You're
few
welcome.
episodes ago. If you're unfamiliar with it, poly is a highly stigmatized relational structure under the umbrella of consensual non-monogamy, or CNM. It means that I have romantic relationships with multiple people at the same time, with everyone's informed and enthusiastic consent. I've simply never understood why people can love multiple family members or friends, but not romantic partners. I could go down a rabbit hole on poly, but I'll try to keep it brief. I have two partners. Josh, we've known each other for 18 years now, with romantic history so convoluted we don't know how long we've been together, who is long distance and is also seeing someone locally who is semi-serious. Michael is local to me. We've been together for a little over a year, and he is married with young kids. His wife, my metamor, also has two other partners that are pretty new. Now, for the actual issue, it's a running joke that I have a type, and that type is engineers. Josh and Michael are both successful in their respective fields and even went
Driving
to the same...
trains.
Michael is driving toward Josh at 70 miles per hour. And even went to the same exclusive engineering college. My metamor has a master's degree and works in finance. On the completely opposite end of the spectrum, I recently quit my toxic and stressful job in hospitality management, went back to a CNA job, and am applying to grad school in a specialized human resources field. It's no secret to anyone that I am the least intelligent or successful person in our polycule, the network of all connected relationships. The four of us had our first group date this week, and all those insecurities hit me like a ton of bricks. I could barely follow the work-related conversations at dinner, let alone contribute anything worthwhile. Because I see myself as being worth less than I am, I'm constantly expecting to be vetoed. Michael insists that he would never let that happen, but I think everyone knows that if it came down to it, he would of course pick his wife and the mother of his children. I've been vetoed by Josh's partners in the past, though we've worked through that. The problem is that I live with complex PTSD and tend to withdraw and fawn when I'm in uncomfortable situations, which then causes friction with my partners when they feel me pull away. My question is, how do I stop looking at my partners like they're better than me and approach my relationships as if we were all equal partners? My self-worth has come a long way in therapy, but I just can't seem to let go of the idea that I'm not good enough for them because I can't match their intellectual or career and financial success. Ironically, I think Michael is feeling insecure about both of his partners getting master's degrees, while he's arguably the most successful out of anyone. I'd appreciate any insight you have on disconnecting self-worth from intelligence and career success, especially in the context of multiple partners when you're on the bottom end of the scale. Thanks, Kate.
Oh,
I like
man.
the complexity of this.
Yeah,
That's a
there's
good
there's
question.
a lot. I feel like I can relate to part of this.
Tell us more.
Not the part you would like. But
How many engineers are running a train on you, Whitney?
Well,
This week.
Choo-choo Whitney.
Choo-choo,
Okay.
Whitney.
Okay, wow. Y'all really
her
ran
hobo
with
name.
that one, okay? Ran the tracks with that one. No, the part where you feel kind of inadequate around others who are more intelligent than you, especially when it comes to relationships or dating.
Yeah.
Like when Peter and I first started dating, to be honest, that's one of the things I found really attractive in him, and that I feel attracted toward in anyone that I was dating before that, is that like if they're really smart or just like highly intelligent, I felt that draw to them. So I get like that attraction there, but then also at the same time feeling like I'm just a fucking idiot. Like I can't hold up to like these conversations, or what if I get lost, or they just think I'm dumb, or I don't know. There's a lot of self-talk that goes into that in the beginning. And I know you're saying this isn't the beginning. You've been with these people for
18 years in Josh's case.
for Josh, right? I think for me, speaking to that side of it, is just really working to find your own value. I would say in the relationship, I know that's tricky because it's kind of relying on other people, but it comes with that sense of security. Like over 18 years, why does Josh keep coming back? Like, why does he stay? Because he really cares about you.
Right.
And I know that you said a lot of things are coming up with your other partner, with Michael. And there's like fear that he'll just maybe abandon you and then mosey on over to his wife. You'll be vetoed.
What an interesting dynamic as part of polyamory, because like all of us have the risk that somebody will break your heart or break up with you, which is functionally the veto. But this is the veto once removed, right? Because it's not that I'm dating Josh and Josh is losing interest in me and it's not working out. It's his partner. If that's the primary, if there is such a thing in that dynamic, that person can cast a veto all the way over to me and end our relationship, which has happened to Kate. Yeah. Josh's partners have vetoed her, and she's scared that, well, Mike's going to do that too, because his wife will probably be like, oh, she's dumb or she's not on our level, which is a whole nother aspect to this that, boy, that's interesting.
It really is. I think the writer pointing out in the very beginning, like polyamory is something of an identity for them.
Yeah.
And I like that in a lot of ways, them pointing out like, oh, we love multiple other people in our lives.
Sure.
Like you have children, you love both of your children. You know, one isn't, I love this one more and I don't love you anymore.
I do make them compete for my love, though. There is an Olympics.
Okay, I can't wait to hear about
and then
that.
They can hold the gold medal for a while, and
and that's
Is
how
it the
they
same
earn
thing
it.
you do with your students? You let them compete for your love as well?
They fight, I make them fight to the death.
That was why I was in a
He
circle.
starts with directly lying to them.
Yeah.
Deception is where we start.
They weren't even mad. He's
I
really
gaslight
done well
them,
at
I neg them
gaslighting
until
them.
they're finally like, I need his approval. God damn it.
Yeah. So the fawning, I hear that as being like, oh, let me just kind of make myself into somebody that that they want to keep around. That's kind of hard to hear. I think and having complex PTSD involved in this is a whole different realm. And I know you didn't really get into any specifics there, which was fine. But it makes it a lot harder to find that self-confidence, to find that self-worth, and not feel those insecurities, even if nobody's giving you those insecurities right now. Like they're not sending that message to you. It's completely you, from what you've said, like making that up in your head. It's like, well, they think I'm dumb and they're going to veto me.
So I've had this happen almost exactly. This exact story.
You've been vetoed?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, I was
got
like,
vetoed.
go on, Jim.
I got vetoed in my poly relationship, which was my high school band. And so we had a cool like punk band. And my buddy brought me into it. And so here we were, like 4 guys trying to play and like battle the bands.
Very poly.
And it just so happened the other 3 dudes were just studs. They just were gorgeous, like all 3 of them. But they weren't dicks about it, but they were like aggressively handsome.
Oh,
and so like each of them is like a 9/10. And I'm in this thing. on talent alone. Like, there was no doubt.
You had to make
I
up
did
for
not
it.
sleep my way into this fucking band. I'm here for talent, baby. I'm working my ass
We
off.
want to keep you in the band, but we think it'd be really cool if you could wear this bag over your head.
Yeah. Could you just do this too? Like, we just think you'd be better as like the
Oh,
back
it's so
end.
punk.
Yeah, it's so punk. It's so great, man. I love the Spider-Man
Dude,
mask.
just face the back
Yeah.
of the
That's
stage.
what I thought. Just turn around.
Yeah, exactly. And that band was called, and this is the part where I insert the name of that really popular band where they all wear masks, but I don't know what that band is.
Slipknot.
Guar.
That one.
Marshmallow.
Yeah.
Like
Guar,
Marshmallow.
yeah. Kiss. That band was called Kiss. But no, like, so at some point, I remember like we were like, oh man, my friend had to like kick me out of the band. And it was like, why? Like, I'm doing really good. This is all going really well.
You're not a
But
nine.
like, I got vetoed by another guy who like was kind of like telling our mutual friend, who was my close friend, like, hey, you know, I don't think Jimmy's really like, you know, the right fit, you know, for all of this. And it was like, it wasn't ability. Like, I was playing really well. But okay, I don't think it was just handsomeness, because high school boys don't actually care about that. But these guys were just so fucking hot. But like, it was like being truly punk. Like, they were all really punk, and I was like preppy punk. And so it was like, is he really?
You're like, I have a
you
fake
know,
earring in here.
Does this work for us? Yeah, like
I
the
want
whole-
Jim to come to the next recording dressed as what he thinks of as preppy punk.
okay.
I already know what it looks like. It's
Puka shells, popped collar.
No, it's youth pastor.
Yeah.
That's
it.
what-
No, he nailed it. He nailed
Yeah,
it. 100%.
that's 100%.
Yeah.
Does
No,
he?
it's,
Isn't that just what he still wears?
Metal studded belt.
Yep.
Converse sneakers.
Have you watched
spiked
Righteous
hair.
Gemstone?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Puka
I need to
shell.
watch that.
Oh, Righteous Gemstones is great.
The
There it is.
youngest pastor, the youth
It's
pastor.
functionally that.
So great.
So, but this feeling that like you can be kicked out of your polycule, your social group, this group that you care about, because you're not seen as cut from the same cloth. Like, I wasn't punk enough in that case. I think it was the punk thing, but I wasn't punk enough to like hang with them,
By the
because
way,
they
it
all
was
felt like they
several
were
other
legitimate.
things. and they discussed those things with Jim at length.
There was an essay written.
You didn't dye your hair black. Oh, wait.
Exactly. You know, it wasn't like, you know, as much as they were. So like, I definitely relate to that issue. And that's such a strange idea that like you could be kicked out of your friendship group.
Right.
And I think people relate to that in life. You'd be kicked
Yeah.
out of a job because like you're not really one of us. But like, this is so intimate. And to like share that connection with somebody, and then some like their other person.
It is a riskier relationship
Yeah.
in some ways because of that. Because you're not just depending on one person
Right.
to not veto you.
Yeah.
You're depending on a group of people. You have to keep a group of people essentially happy with you.
Yeah.
Well, and the writer keeps mentioning, this stuck out to me. They keep mentioning intelligence and success.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I mean, I know they kind of call themselves out for this, but like, what are we calling success? Like,
I think 7
what-
inches.
is that
I think that's.
we're back to the guard,
I think
like
that's
the
winning.
haircut guard?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
okay.
Yeah. 7-inch haircut
Seven
guard. Yeah.
guard. 7
Yeah.
guard.
I mean, not even escaping the fact that a lot of successful people are not intelligent.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Those two do not
I
always
was
go
just
hand
talking
in
to
hand.
someone about this
faster.
for Elon
meeting
Musk.
a
They're
truly
like,
wealthy person
Yeah.
and realizing, my God.
no, I think the person who did like Elon Musk's little biography or whatever was like, it's not
Yeah.
that smart. He just surrounds himself with people that
Yeah,
are
it's
smart. I was like,
the movie Glass Onion portrays that very, very well.
okay.
Yes, it
Okay.
does.
Yes,
That's a great movie.
It does.
Yeah.
That's so true. But yeah, I would just challenge you. Like, where does this idea of what you're calling success, what you're calling intelligence? It sounds like they're getting together. They're all engineers.
Right.
They are going to talk about that. Jim and Nick just went into like, I don't know, or Nick was talking to Jacob about like compressors and shit. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Neither does
like,
Nick.
Well, that's fair.
I knew
Apparently,
Justin
Nick doesn't
worked.
know either. I bet Jacob could get around other musicians and talk about things
Right.
I don't have a fucking clue about. That doesn't make them or me more or less intelligent.
No,
It's
that
just,
is not what makes
Jacob
you
has a
less intelligent.
doctorate.
Thanks. I
And
knew
you know
it was
what?
coming
I think
from-
we're all comfortable.
I know. I don't. I'm one of two people who never had a doctorate in this. Never had one. I had to rephrase. Never had a doctorate.
And you could win it this Christmas. You don't know. End of the year show. It's back up for grabs.
Okay.
The belt goes on the line.
I don't know how I never have to put the belt up on the line. It just comes up.
It
You
just
did
does.
once. You did once. It was the pudding wrestling.
Pudding.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It's the pudding fight.
I stand by that.
So yeah, I think really digging in, like sitting with this for, when you have some downtime, just sitting with the idea, like what makes someone successful, what makes me successful at what I'm doing. It sounds like you are really educated. You're like in nursing and,
Right.
That in itself, mad respect.
Yeah.
Like I could never
For
go
sure.
through nursing school. Like
Right.
it's
And
beautiful.
human
I'm a
resources-
social worker. I look up to you.
yeah, for real.
And human resources, which is the direction they're going in, specialized human resources, having that high EQ as well, which your partners may really like. To me, that's always seemed to be the most appealing part of the polyamory life. Like I appreciate the writer saying, I'm built this way. And I think there's a lot of people that are not built that way.
That's a great point.
But
yeah.
they do appreciate that it's like, look, I enjoy a diverse social portfolio. I don't want 10 of the same friend.
Yeah, I don't
And
think most
I can
of us
see
do.
that argument
Yeah.
romantically as well of like, I really enjoy pair bonding with certain people in my life and sharing certain aspects of a relationship with that person that I just can't have with somebody else, right? And there's a lot of people that get drawn into like the swinger lifestyle, the poly lifestyle from that entire road. And I think that's really redemptive to your argument here, writer, because it's like, okay, they're already 4 fucking engineers.
Yeah.
They don't need a 5th one.
No.
Like they want
Right.
you. You're different than them, and they value that.
Yeah.
I think this kind of goes to speaking to just like what's the evidence tell you?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of it kind of reminds me of like when somebody is talking about what something is worth. You may say like, "Oh, it's not worth that. It's just not worth that much money." But the ultimate worth of an object is what someone's willing to spend on it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I may feel that this house is not worth whatever they've got it,
Right.
on the market for.
Not Jacob's house, the one
But
we're
if it
currently
sells-
Oh, not
that
Jacob's.
No,
Okay.
no.
Nick's in trying to buy a
Sorry.
house.
Nick
But
can have
like-
opinions about what my house is
That's
worth.
Oh, okay.
But if
He's
it's
not buying my house.
like
Dude,
if
my
it
own
sells at that amount, that's what it's worth.
Right. Yeah.
That is the word.
And so I think you kind of have to look at, well, what's the result? What are you getting as a result? The result is that you currently have somebody who's been with you for 18 years now.
Right.
No crap.
Like,
yeah.
Okay, so that speaks volumes
Yeah.
to the worth. So I think there's a lot of evidence going in the other direction here too. I think what happens is you get very insecure and you stop looking at evidence and you
Right.
start looking at your feelings as being evidence.
Yeah. Your feelings aren't facts.
Right.
But I think that's one of the things that's really fascinating about this. Like the idea that Mike is going to choose. I mean, I understand the fear that, and I think that this is a valid fear, like that Mike's
Right.
wife could veto Kate.
Something out of
that's
her
probably
control, kind of.
fair, right?
Yeah.
Like that's probably part of the agreements of poly is like,
Yeah.
okay, if you and your married partner who you have children with decide you're going to enter into a poly arrangement with others, you probably have some fundamental rules.
Yeah.
And one of those rules could be us first, family first, and other relationships are allowed to exist.
Or America first.
Or you know what?
It could be a poly relationship where they
They prize
agree that America is
patriotism.
first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, MAPA.
Yeah.
Okay. I
It
like
could
this.
be a lot
Red,
of
white, and
couches.
blue.
Yeah,
maybe.
that's right.
They're getting fucked.
Yeah, a lot more white than the red and the blue. No, but this is a really good point that like, yeah, I mean, Mike's wife could veto Kate because it's like, hey, I think that Kate is toxic to our relationship
Right.
or unsafe around our children or is being unsafe in other areas. And like, I no longer feel that our relationship should be bonded to Kate. And like, that's fair,
Yeah.
right? But I don't think it's going to be because, Mike's wife says, we need you to date and be with somebody just like me.
Yeah.
I could see Mike being like,
a
then what
great
the
point.
fuck are we doing this for?
Yeah.
Why
Right,
would
yeah,
I
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
clone you and go do like what?
Yeah, I got you.
That wasn't the point.
Yeah.
Like the point wasn't, boy, I need more of you. Then let's do fucking monogamy the whole time. Like
Yeah.
the point was, yeah, if you always are eating one thing that's your favorite meal, that's great. But like it's also if you enjoy other things and we all agree that that's okay for me to do as long as I don't abandon this relationship, then great. We found our entrance into poly, right?
Yeah.
And like that's what you are, Kate. You are different, and they value you because you are different.
Yes, girl.
Get some more rhino horn. Get a
Ooh.
tarp.
Get yourself a tarp.
Get yourself an
Get
eye
a pint of
patch.
it.
Go get you that. Go get the fucking hook.
That's not the episode title.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's gonna be sex craved pirate or something to that effect.
Oh, I was thinking tarp.
It's just tarp.
The tarp. Always have a tarp.
Yeah.
Always.
We're going to take a quick break, and
You'll
when we
never
come back,
regret
we
putting
are
down a tarp.
wrapping up the show. You are still, for whatever fucking reason, listening to Pod Therapy.
Carpet bites.
Today's episode is brought to you by Robert Brownie Jr., Mintz, Kayla Lansbury, Kevin Chamberlain, Ben Stanley, Adam Hathaway, Dan Martin, Lib, Hey Yo, Andrew Langmead, Chad Mag, and Inca LaPrince. Would you like to sponsor the show? Become a therapy producer at patreon.com/therapy.
All righty. Well, as we wrap up the show, we want to remind you can go to patreon.com/therapy. You can find our extended show ad-free a day earlier and enjoy our spontaneous deep dives, research roundups, rants, interviews, skill shares, all sorts of fun stuff. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, this week, as you're hearing this episode, my 7th edition of the AI and mental health series is coming out about the rise and fall of the first ever AI therapist. It is fascinating information. It is cutting edge stuff. So please check it out. I think it's really, really interesting. And a lot more important stuff coming out soon as conversion therapy is in front of the Supreme Court right now.
What?
And this has huge ramifications for
Imperial to metric?
Yes. Conversion from imperial to metric.
I was like, what's Jacob talking about? See, I'm the idiot in the room. That's fine.
Well, it functionally
what
is.
are you talking
That's
about?
the same exact concept.
Okay,
Yeah. So
Maybe next cycle.
really, really important stuff coming up. I'm about to do a deep dive on that as well. So the time has never been better. Patreon.com/therapy. Come join us. Support this. Support mental health in an interesting way. But who's new to the Theraparty there, Nick?
We got a new Therapod. Welcome, Matt.
Yay! Welcome, Matt. And of course, we'd like to thank the benevolent, revered, generous, and flagrantly pro-therapy diehards who love you all so much they give till it hurts. Our Therapartner, Pickett!
Thanks.
And we'd like to thank our bosses, the mysterious and shrouded Illuminati members of the fan club, the Theraproducers. Thank you, Jake Schneider, Myra, Robert Brownie Jr. Mint, Smitty Scoop, Richard fucking Macy, Judy Schneider, Malia, Leon Kassab, Carolyn Albert, Kevin Chamberlain, Tess Miller, Dan Martin, Sammy Scoop, Slurpy Kaye, motherfucker, Ben Stanley slapping your face, Sarah Smith, Adam Hathaway, Byler T, Mike Helm, Oscar Swanrose, Paris, a Sunny Boy, Derek Cunningham, Lib, Sandra McWaffle, Team Monaco, Thunder, Cougar, Falcon Scoop, Heyo, Hannah Marie, Andrew Langmead, Emma Tonka, and Pony Soprano, Alina, Cody DeLorean Guy, Brady Malachek, Chick Fellatio, Gabriel Adame, Sean Sutherland, Max the Ginger Scoop, Chad Mag, Adam Warren, Inca LaPrince, Sam Cohn, Be Gay, Do Crimes, and Ellie O'Dare.
And if you would like to hear this episode uncut and unedited,
And why wouldn't you?
and enjoy our spontaneous side projects, go to patreon.com/therapy. And thank you for supporting mental health.
That's all the time we got for this week's session. I want to thank our landlords, SJ and the Ruckus, Scenic Koi. No, sorry. It's
Oh, yeah. What's our new name?
well, our landlords. Oh yeah. So what's our Scoop Support, Tech Scooport gave $5 to win Whitney. There it is.
Yes.
Thank you.
This is my place now. Guys.
Remember, pod therapy isn't something you should keep all to yourself. Share the episode with the world. Tag us on the socials when you do. It's at PodTherapyGuys on Instagram, Threads, and Twitter. It's /PodTherapy on Facebook. Don't forget about all the extra goodies at patreon.com/therapy.
And if you want to submit a question to the show, you can ask anonymously at podtherapy.net. Email us at podtherapyguys@gmail.com or click the link in the episode description to be taken to our anonymous Google form. I'm Nick Tangeman.
I'm Whitney.
I'm Jim.
Thanks. And we'll see your appointment.
Jim's
Surrender, ye booty.
Jim's costume this year.
Fuck yeah. Sex-starved pirate.
Okay, real quick. I brought some Halloween candy.
Oh.
Ooh.
I've got a bone to pick with Snickers.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
whoa.
There's bugs in it.
You can't say that. That's their word. What?
There's bugs.
No. Open this up.
All right.
Tell me if something looks off to you. These are fun size Snickers.
They seem smaller.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, these are
No.
tomatoes. These
Fun
are not
size
fun
is
size.
smaller than.
Yeah, but
Mini.
this size,
That's-
they were
yeah.
thicker. Mm-hmm. They were girth.
You could
Yeah,
tell.
yeah, yeah.
You could tell when you put your mouth
The
around
mouth
it.
feel
Yeah, I'd be like,
was
The fun size
chunkier.
was 2 bites before.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was one.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
no,
I'm
don't
not
buy for you.
crazy because I looked at this as like, this is some bullshit.
I just think it's more square.
Yeah, because it definitely costs the same. Actually, I think it costs a little bit more this year.
Oh my god,
Thanks,
Costco
Obama.
candy's like
Dude,
smaller
$25.
Shrinkflation.
They think we
man.
wouldn't notice.
Yeah. Nice try. Who makes these?
Mars. I think.
Mars?
So actually, this was in the news, and so Mars is making M&Ms now with anything but chocolate because there was a bad cocoa bean harvest.
Oh, yeah.
And so the price of chocolate has skyrocketed. So that's why these are smaller, and why a bunch of they're trying out all these new flavors of M&Ms.
But here's
now,
the thing: even when they get cocoa back,
This
They're not bringing it back.
Yeah.
This
and they're
is
not
what
gonna,
pisses
It's just
me
like
off.
the airline
Yes.
bags. Remember
Yeah.
that shit? It was like gas prices are high, so we're gonna charge for bags. We're all
Yep.
like, okay.
Gas
and
price
they
goes
never
down.
fucking stop.
Or like
Nothing
everything with
changes.
COVID, they're like, well, we got to do this now. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Walmart,
supply
we got to
chain.
close. Now
Supply
we're never
chain.
going to reopen.
Well, they
Yeah.
finally now just got back to, or got around to you don't have to take your shoes off to get on planes anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
Regular
yeah.
Regular TSA,
Yeah.
you finally don't have to take your shoes off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice.
The man. Once the man
Only took a few years.
taketh away,
Fuck
he
up
never
us anyway,
giveth
doesn't
back. Fuck you, Snickers.
Goodbye, Snickers.
Bye.
Get a tarp.